This is Evan Yearwood. Welcome to the E.Y.E. Evan Yearwood Experience podcast. Today on this episode, we definitely got a spicy episode. I just got back from my trip in Greece, and I did not have the greatest time, unfortunately. You see in the title, yes, I face some discrimination, which personally I've never experienced in my life. And I live in New York City. You know how rare that is to be a black man in New York and not deal with discrimination. But I guess I had to go to Greece to find that out. But before I get into that, I want to give a shout out to my cousin, Willie, because he designed several beautiful pieces of art for my podcast, the E.Y.E. Evan Yearwood Experience. And even though I didn't end up using them, they look awesome. Like, look at these. Look at this art. This guy truly has a talent, hand drawn. The reason why I didn't use these is because I ended up using Canva and designing my thumbnail myself. The reason why I use Canva is because I was able to make future edits and turn animate it. Whereas, the pictures are great, but I'd have to animate it, and I just wasn't able to do that. But even still, I might use these designs and make t-shirts. I would love to do that, and then obviously give some support back to my cousin Willie that has designed these pieces. If you want some cool graphic designs like this, definitely let me know. I'll reach out to my cousin because he obviously has an incredible talent. So let me encourage you to support my channel as well. $Evan Yearwood is my Cash App. Go ahead and send some support my way. This will help me buy some more equipment, as you can see from the video of me filming in Greece. It's a bit shaky. I could use a stabilizer. Also, the computer that I'm editing on doesn't really have that much storage, and I even bought an external hard drive that has 1 terabyte. But this isn't, it's not enough for what I need to make better and better content. So whatever you feel out of your heart that would support the content, you enjoy what I'm doing, you love it, you want to see me doing more, go ahead and hit the Cash App. I really appreciate it, and I'll give you a shout out on the next episode, whenever the following one is. So now to the spice and meat and potatoes, the chicken, the sauce, and the food, everything you've been waiting to hear in this podcast. I had planned on staying in Greece for 10 days. When I initially got there, I noticed that the people were very cold, very off-putting, and, indifferent. And I joined a gym, and I was talking to the girl at the counter, and she mentioned to me that she thought the people here were also a little weird. And she's Greek, but she came from a different city. So I figured, you know what, maybe it isn't me. Maybe it's just the people here in Athens are like people in New York City. New Yorkers, we're cold, like we're, off-putting sometimes, and like, people think we're rude. But we're not, it's just the city attitude. So that's what I chopped it up to be, a city attitude. But as my days went on and on, I noticed that people kind of treated me like I was an alien. Several times I tried to ask somebody something, or like there was a protest going on, and I asked people, what the protest was about. I asked this lady, and she looked at me with the face that basically said, "What the hell are you talking to me for?" Ignored me, and then kept walking. And that's happened several times. So I thought that was so strange, because at least in New York, like if there's an issue, you have a problem, you have a question, people will stop and talk to you. Like you don't get these looks of skepticism like I was getting. I was getting looks of skepticism, and it made me feel very unwelcome. It made me feel like people think I'm an alien or something. It wasn't like I was unexpecting. It wasn't like I wasn't expecting people to be staring at me, because I know I'm a foreigner in a foreign land, tall, black, bald man. I understand that, but it wasn't looks of curiosity. It was like looks of like disbelief and bewilderment. It was so strange. But I'm like, I'm here, solo trip. I'm making some new friends. We're taking pictures. I'm enjoying the Acropolis and all these ruins of the Greek world. You know what it is? What it is. I'll just go to a different city. Maybe Athens is just off. I don't know this week. But what set it over the edge for me, which made me decide to leave, because yes, I left. I'm back in New York now. I did not stay. No, I was not gonna deal with that anymore. But what made me leave is I was walking back to my Airbnb from the National Art Gallery, which, by the way, was incredible. And I already had pretty negative experiences that day with, the locals. But it was what it was. I was going to go home, take a shower, change, take a train, and go somewhere else. But on my way home, which was a 30-minute walk, by the way, I walked everywhere in Greece because it was great exercise. But on my way home, I didn't have my mask over my mouth. And I got pulled over. I got stopped by a police officer near Monostraki Square. And he asked me why I wasn't wearing a mask. And I said, because I've been walking for 30 minutes and it's been a bit easier to breathe without the mask over my mouth. So then he asked me for my papers. And I guess he asked for my papers because he thought I was a refugee. Which is also the reason why I think a lot of people were treating me like an alien. Because I think they assumed I was an African refugee. But anyway, he asked for my papers, and I gave him my passport ID, which is from the United States, of course. And then he sat down and just started writing. And if you look at the video, I posted the video of what happened. You see in the beginning of the video, I asked him, am I getting a ticket? Right? Because he didn't say anything. He just went in his car and sat down and started writing. So I got a 300 euro ticket. Okay, listen. I wouldn't have been, listen, I'm already upset because I'm getting a ticket, but I wouldn't have been that upset. Okay? There are tons of people not wearing masks. I got picked out of the crowd. All right, whatever, it is what it is. But here's what made me decide, nah, that's it. You know what? People deal with discrimination in America. I'm not on my own solo trip gonna deal with discrimination. I'm out of here. Because right after me, they stopped these two girls that weren't wearing a mask, and you can see this in the video, right? It's on my page. Go look at it. They stopped these two girls that weren't wearing a mask, but instead of giving them a ticket, they asked them, "Hey, could you wear your mask?" And let them go with a warning. That's unfair. That's totally unfair. And seldom do I ever say anything like, oh, discrimination. Listen, this is not for victim points and for you to feel sorry for me. It just was my experience. And I didn't enjoy that. I was very angry after that. I was very angry. I got to my Airbnb. I was like, you know what? F this. I'm not going nowhere. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm done. I'm going back home. I even spoke to a couple of my friends and people that I know. You know, this guy I know from the UK and this other guy I know, his name is D from Brooklyn. They're both black and they've both been to Greece and had a totally different experience than mine, right? Hospitality, friendliness, that's all what they experienced. But it was opposite for me. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's weather. I don't know if the Omicron changed everybody's personality over there in Athens, but it was not for me. I dipped. I called Swiss. I said, put my flight for Tuesday. I left Tuesday, landed in Germany. Boom, Germany. Boom, I'm home now. So I'm home. Before I left, I went to the police station because I didn't know what the ticket said. I know what I got a ticket for, but I didn't know what it said because it was in total Greek. So I went to the police station, and the first lady I met, she was giving me the same type of energy most of the locals was giving. She was kind of talking to me like I was stupid or something. You know, she was like, the ticket is for your mask. I said, I know what the ticket is for, but I want to know either how do I pay it or how do I fight it. So she got some guy body that speaks better English. And then he was speaking with me, and he was very reasonable. And he even said that he thinks that the ticket was unfair also, and I might have a better chance. I might have a good chance at fighting it if I send the video and give a description of what happened, which I did. So we'll see what happens. But right now, I owe Greece 300 euros, which I probably am not going to pay because it's BS. Well, we'll see what happens when the commissioner replies back to my formal complaint. So, for all my people that are Greek, I have a good friend who's Greek. He was extremely excited for me to go out there to Athens, and I'm very shocked by my experience. So if you're Greek, I'd love to know, like have some understanding of what happened or why people were so cold. Personally, I think I know the reason why. I even asked the police officer, and he believes this might be the reason why I've had such a negative experience, because I told him I was leaving, right? I told him my flight's the next day, and I said, like, I wondered, like, do people think I'm a refugee? And he kind of was like, yeah, that's probably it, because, we have a hard time remembering that there's also tourists here when it's not the summertime. But still, I mean, come on. It's not like I'm dressed homeless. I'm either in gym clothes or in a suit. You guys know how I get down. I'm not looking crazy out here, but I'd still get just blatantly ignored. Like I was in the gym, like this woman was like rolling her eyes at me. I was like, that's strange. Holding the door open for people that not saying thank you. Like these old women were staring at me through the window, like at a diner. Like they were staring so hard. So I waved because it was damn near awkward, and they were shocked that I waved. They like jumped back. It was so strange. So he was like, yeah, it's probably because like they thought you were a refugee or something. But I mean, come on, man. Come on. After that ticket experience, I didn't feel like talking to anybody anymore. I was like, I'm going back to my homeland. I'm going back home. So next time I travel out to Europe, or if I go back to Greece, I think I will during the summer. I've only heard great things about Greece during the summer. With that being said, I still saw some incredible things, incredible sights. Greece is beautiful. But if you're Greek, I'd like to have some understanding about what I experienced, what I went through. Is that normal? Like, what are everybody thinking? I'm kind of over it now. I'm home. This happened a few days ago, but it got to me enough where I thought I don't want to. I'm going home, right? I don't even want to talk to anybody anymore. That's how it got to me. So definitely leave a comment, and please be respectful. Okay, if you're commenting about Greece, if you're Greece commenting about other people, at the end of the day, we're intellectuals on this channel, and we remain intellectually responsible about what we say, especially about other people. Okay, this might be. Listen, I'm from New York. We got like 150 different languages spoken in this city. I know almost every street here, every community. You can be in one community, people are one way, you go in another community, it's like a foreign country. So it might have just been where I was, right? I was in like a touristy area in the center of Athens, and I was also in an upscale, like trendy, posh type of area. It might have been just that, because I even met that girl who's Greek, and she said she thought the people here were weird too. So listen, I'm open for that. But all I know is that ticket I got was totally unfair. Go look at the video yourself. You be the judge. You be the judge yourself. And it just pissed me off enough. It was the camel. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, if I might say. So it is what it is. With that, I will travel to Greece again, definitely, with people that's probably already been there. And next time I go to Europe, I'm going to go somewhere where I know bona fide I will have an incredible experience. Like, I've heard great things about Germany. My cousin Christopher was stationed there for 4 years. Obviously, England, even places you might have not even thought of. Croatia, right? The Fresh Island festival in Croatia is nuts. Well, I don't know. That sounded really weird right there. It's nuts. Estonia, the places that I know are going to be 100% incredible. But hey, when you're traveling, you get the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So, we handle it like big boys, big girls. Okay, it is what it is. You rock and you roll with it. So I also want to talk about something that caught my eye, which is incredible thing that just happened. This company called Black Sands Entertainment, which is a black-owned company that's creating a show called Black Sands. You've probably seen advertisements on your Instagram, on your Facebook, and they've been raising money. Well, I don't know all the story, but quite for some time about an animated show. Like I think it's in the category of anime. I think so, but they've been running this a while and they've been developing a cult following. But recently, on Shark Tank, they got offered and took the deal of $500,000 by Kevin Hart. Whoa. Now, first of all, I didn't even know Kevin Hart was on Shark Tank. Okay. Oh, yeah. And by the way, for 30% of the company. So now Kevin Hart is a partner in that, in Black Sands. So first of all, shout out to Black Sands. You guys definitely need to go check them out. I'm definitely gonna do my research more. I hope their show comes out and is wildly successful and is also good, because I'm pretty hard to impress when it comes to animes and shows and stuff like that. Like, I barely watch anything, unless it like completely checks all my boxes. I'm not watching it. So, yeah, shout out to Black Sands for securing the bag and also securing a partner, Kevin Hart. Now, I want to talk about this guy for a second, Kevin Hart, because for years I've always said Kevin Hart is the best dressed man on the planet. I mean, go look at his Instagram. And if you look at any picture of one of his outfits, I promise you I would wear it. I would wear anything you've ever seen him wear, I will wear it. He has incredible style. The suit game, the swag game, the swag in the suit game, the sauce game, right? Like, these are all type of styles, all these games, right? He got it, everything. But forget about clothes, right? Obviously wildly successful, broken incredible records in the comedy industry, but also in the movie industry, and then on the show industry, and then his latest show with Wesley Snipes. I finished watching that like 2 weeks ago. That was incredible. And then his business, what is it? Heartbeat Production? No, I think Heartbeat Production is part of his complete business. But yo, I'm giving him his flowers, Kevin Hart, cause they even say there's nobody in the industry that works harder than him. He works harder than anybody, right? And he got a brain for business. So it's not surprising to see him on Shark Tank. It's very exciting because it's like, man, this guy is really a mogul. He really is. Like, people need to be paying attention to Kevin Hart. He's more than a guy that's just making you laugh. He's a mogul. He's a tycoon. Well, I think tycoons are only people that are in the oil industry. But you get what I'm saying. Like, he's up there. So, shout out to Black Sands for securing the bag, $500,000. They're giving up 30% of their company, but they're getting a player, Kevin Hart. I mean, the type of cosign that is absolutely nuts. And this happened last week, January 7th, I think. So I'm excited for that, and I'm also excited to see more shows of Shark Tank with Kevin Hart on there. I want to dissect his brain. Like, that's one of the things I really love about watching Shark Tank. You get to see how these big guys think when they're evaluating a company, when they're evaluating an opportunity. So that's absolutely nuts. Now, fam, this is the end of the podcast. I'm so grateful that you've been sticking around watching, and it's funny because I look at the views, and sometimes I think, like, who the hell is listening to this shit? Who the hell is listening to this shit that I'm making? Because it's like I get views every single day, right? And then the beard video got 30,000 views now. I'm super excited about that. Showing dudes how to grow their beard, because obviously, I'm looking flyer than a mug now that I got a beard. Sometimes I look back at the pictures of myself before I had a beard, and I just like shudder a little bit, like, damn. You know what, I said that to somebody that was like, shut up, Evan, you still look handsome. Stop acting like you weren't handsome back then. But anyway, I'm really glad about how the channel has been growing and people are listening and tuning in. It also means a lot to me if you leave comments. Let me know what you think about what I'm saying. Also in the podcast, in the shows, and man, share this video, share it with somebody. Until next time, I can't wait to tune in and talk about some random BS. All right, peace out. See you later.